Good afternoon, guys. Back over here doing a little clearing. This is kind of hard being up on this hillside and got all these rocks in here. Don't make it any more easier. These big old rocks. Good for tracks. You know, some of this stuff I'm gonna have to come in from the backside and get, but just trying to work along this ledge here, clearing more cedars out of this from underneath these oak trees. So I'll do a little bit, guys, and bring y'all back in a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll use my dozer blade and these limbs hanging down. I'll kind of hook it on there, break them off as high as I can. Other ones I'll get with the, you gotta be careful, you don't want them to slap back in your face. Sometimes those limb risers like that will break them off themselves. Try to be careful on these oak trees. Definitely don't want to kill them by digging up a root or something. these limbs with my dozer so I can kind of use my limb risers. You gotta be careful you don't hit the muffler. Or pop back and hit you in the face. I can reach that limb. I don't think I can. Nope. I'll have to get it with the dozer, limb risers. Yeah, just kind of get right there. There's more limbs on here than on the ground. A lot of these limbs are really dead, so they break fairly easy. Oh God, big old limb just fell. Just gotta be real careful. It'd be nice to have a enclosed cab, but then you kind of risk breaking your windshield. But it might save your eyes. Time consuming, but really opens up underneath these trees. I'm sitting on more sticks than on the ground. See if I can grab that limb there. Whoa! See, you gotta watch out for that. Some of them green ones are pretty springy. You don't want to come back and hit you in the face. Playing dodgeball. Man, there's a big old tree there. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a mesquite tree. No wonder why. I'll get up under it. See if I can get in there and pull some of that back. Wish I could break that limb off. There we go. Come on, break. See if I can back drag it, kind of put some down pressure on it, like that. Nope. Flipped over it. Let's see if I can get my blade up over it. There we go. push it out this way. That may be the best thing. never know one's gonna pop you in the face. Alright guys, I don't know if this is recording or not, but y'all can see there, got all that cleaned up, broke all the limbs off. These like this, I can't break it off. They'll just have to saw it off. All these little ones in here, I don't know how I didn't end up breaking these little ones like this. Oh, hit the camera. But all right, guys, I'm gonna come in here and finish. I gotta do that one, this one here, take this little mess right here, and just work my way back to the truck. But that'll be a couple hours, so I won't bore y'all with that. So just wanted to get y'all the ideal, a little bit better perspective. Y'all can see here on the dozer how there's more stuff on my dozer. Limbs, that's the bad thing about a open cab, really. I mean, I don't have to worry about breaking windshields or nothing, but just a mess. Tree limbs all in here, everywhere, all over the dozer. Muffler. All this stuff ends up kind of working its way in the cab, the motor compartment. This little fine stuff. I like to blow it out after a job like this. That's hot. Just making sure it wasn't loose. So y'all stay tuned, guys. I'll bring y'all back in a little bit. Alright, I got this tree stuck between my blade and dozer. I have nothing with me to get it off, and I don't think I can physically get it off. So, let's try to get it off. Get up against another bush where it can pull it. There we go. I got my track on it. Run it over. Keep working with it. I don't want to pull it against the tree limbs. I want to pull it with it if I can. hold it while it burns. We almost had it. See, it's holding on this tree here, up against the tree, and I'm pulling kind of with the limbs, not against the limbs. Just drive straight forward now. Kind of run it over. Those cedar limbs are pretty flexible. Y'all see all that crap? Son of a gun. Y'all see all that freaking wire? I got one thing out. Created another problem now. Son of a gun. Alright, now we gotta work on the ball part. There it is. I held it down with my dozer blade and backed up. Son of a gun. Well, while I got y'all on camera, let y'all look at this. Y'all can see we were down there earlier working around this tree. This is where we were earlier around these, so I've worked my way up here. Some of these little things up against the rocks and stuff I can't get in here and get. They're just gonna have to get by hand. That ain't even a cedar tree there, but there's one here. Can't hardly get back there in here and get it. I can do that by hand, so I'm gonna finish pushing all this down to the bottom and call it a day, guys. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll bring y'all back tomorrow and finish up on this. This gentleman has another group of oak trees here. He wants me to go through there and clear that out. Y'all can see, I'll get a before picture. Y'all can see it's just overgrown, mesquite, cedars. We're gonna go ahead and push this fence out, get it out of the way, clean it up. Cedar trees are number one, mesquite trees are number two that suck the most water up. And I think that'll really help this oak tree thrive. And you know, Texas droughts, I think this will help it, you know, thrive more. And when we do have those hot summers and stuff. So we'll go in there and I'll get what video I can and get all this. See here, I grubbed up this mesquite already. You can see the taproot in the ground. It was here. The taproot is almost as tall as the tree is long in some cases, or taller. I've seen them longer, taller. Cedar trees are really shallow rooted, but they're real wide. But we'll go in here and clean all this up. I'll set y'all up on the dozer. We got a couple other things to do if I get done with this. So we'll start here and I'll bring y'all back. Y'all hang on, guys. Alright, we got all that wire out of the way. Wire and T-post wadded up. Get that out of my way. I don't have to worry about that while I'm trying to grub up this stuff. Yeah, I'm having a rough time up there. Trying to get a good shot for y'all. Maybe here's better. See if I can do this now. Alright guys, got all that cleaned up. Y'all can see there, got 2 pretty good sized piles out of that. I don't know, I'm gonna try to come in here and reach these. Got these low hanging limbs here, but we'll try to get them. But that opened that up a lot, where they can maintain it. Should make it do a lot better. I'll push these brush piles up in a pile. See, I got all that cleaned up all the way back. Got all that cleaned up. Got all this up here cleaned up. I made 2 piles of brush. One over there, one back there in the hole. Alright guys, I got all that cleaned up in this area that they're wanting to do. I had somebody comment on my last video, you know, are they building here, or are they doing anything here, or why clear all the cedar trees out from underneath the oak trees? So actually, this gentleman grew up on this place, and he's just trying to clean up around these oak trees. So in the state of Texas, I don't know about other states, but the state of Texas will actually pay people to have their property cleared that have cedar trees. Now, of course, they gotta jump through all their hoops. It's through the NRCS. And of course, you gotta jump through all their red tape and flags, and you gotta do everything the way they want it to. But the whole reason behind taking the cedar trees up is because they suck up so much water. They suck up more water than any tree in this area. And so that only benefits everything. The groundwater, your surface water. These oak trees, I'm gonna say a year from now will look so good. We get some rains on this, they'll have so much more moisture in the ground here. All these groups of oak trees will do 1,000 times better without having these cedar trees in here. Plus, he just wants it cleaned up, make his place look nice. I mean, you know, he wants to keep it brushy in spots. He's got 300 acres here, so, you know, there's plenty of brush left, cedar left, but wouldn't y'all much rather have it cleared out and look nice? That's kind of the whole reason behind this. Y'all can look at some trees, how they look weak, and then trees that don't have any cedar trees around them. I don't know if y'all can see off in the distance, there's some cows under a tree down there that has no cedar trees. It's really green, it's really, you know, full leaf. And you get up here where all these cedar trees were, and the trees look pretty thin, you know. Just the cedar trees take up so much moisture. Behind the cedar trees, it'll be the mesquite trees that take up so much moisture. So this is just to clear the property, clean it up, and conserve water for these trees. This will open it up so much more, allow everything to do so much better. So I didn't know if didn't make myself clear enough when I started the job over here. And same way with the other gentleman over where I'm taking my excavator, same thing over there. All that underbrush, he doesn't have any cedars, but all that underbrush is just sucking all the water from the oak trees, and it's got to better the live oak tree's life, give it a better chance to grow and thrive. This is the tree that everybody here in Central Texas, South Texas, West Texas, everybody loves these oak trees, these live oaks. This is not like a red oak, white oak, or anything. This is a live oak. They stay green all year round, and everybody wants them. We just sold our property that I don't have any trees, and we just bought a piece of property that has live oaks, post oaks. So it's very sought after trees. So it's just increasing the value of his property. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to mention that. talk to y'all about that. Somebody brought it up. I just wanted to explain myself and what I was doing a little better. So we'll move on to the next section, and I'll bring y'all back shortly. We'll stay tuned, guys. think it was gonna get it there for a minute. That was the biggest one so far. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you all the difference. We got a little mesquite tree here. I would say about as wide as my foot, a little bit wider. I'm gonna push on it. Now don't forget, on a mesquite, you have to get all the taproot or it will grow back. So I'm gonna show you all the difference between a mesquite tree, pushing a mesquite tree, and pushing a cedar tree, the difference. I broke it. See, I broke it. If I left that, that would come back and grow up as a bush now. So I'm going to get another bite on it. Big cedar tree. Alright, y'all see how tall this cedar tree is? My cab. Look how much higher, bigger. Show you the difference in it, how easy the cedar trees come up. This sucker, my foot, it's big, pretty good size. I'd say twice as tall as my dozer. But watch the difference. Watch the difference between my dozer on that mesquite tree versus that cedar tree, mesquite tree and cedar tree. It's already moving. Gonna pick up a little bit. it for the cedar tree. Nothing to them. But them mesquite trees they got a tap root, deep tap root. Y'all can see here, I got another little tap offshoot, but y'all can see the tap root. See, remember that's what originally broke. That one and this one right here. That one broke, and I had to get another bite. But y'all see how much I was spinning. I had it floored with all the pressure trying to lift it up. So, just goes to show the difference in the cedar trees and the mesquite trees. Little dozer can handle those cedar trees, but when you get that size mesquite or bigger, this is about a 19,000 pound dozer. You gotta have more weight, more power on those. Just thought I'd show you all that.